Imagine a garden hidden deep in the heart of a quiet forest. Not just any garden, but one that changes with every step you take. Flowers bloom where your attention lingers. Streams appear when your imagination flows. And the air vibrates with the hum of discovery. This is the Garden of Curiosity, and within it lies the secret to a life of growth, wonder, and joy. Arya, a young scholar, had grown tired of life's routines. Each day felt like a page copied from the last, filled with responsibilities, obligations, and expectations. He had dreams, ideas, and questions, yet he had buried them under fear of failure and the need to fit in. One day, wandering through a forest to clear his mind, Arya discovered a narrow path lined with wildflowers. Drawn forward, he followed it until he stumbled into a hidden garden unlike anything he had ever seen. The air smelled of possibility. Strange birds with iridescent feathers flitted from tree to tree. A gentle stream whispered secrets, and flowers opened only when touched with curiosity. Arya realized that every step he had taken toward the garden had been guided by his willingness to wonder, to question, to explore. And suddenly, a profound thought struck him. Curiosity is not just a trait. It is the key to life itself. Curiosity begins as a simple question: what if, or why? It is the spark that leads to discovery, innovation, and personal growth. Yet, as we grow older, many of us forget to ask these questions. We settle for what is known, comfortable, and safe. The Garden of Curiosity reminds us that life is most vibrant when we remain willing to explore, learn, and experiment. Arya noticed a peculiar plant that shimmered like glass. Intrigued, he leaned closer to touch it, and it transformed into a mirror, reflecting not only his face, but also his unasked questions, unexplored desires, and untapped potential. The garden seemed to whisper, "Every question you ask is a seed. Every experiment you attempt is sunlight. Every curiosity nurtured allows the garden within you to grow." Consider Maya, a woman who had worked the same job for years. She had talent, ideas, and a thirst to learn, yet she feared taking risks. One evening, she enrolled in a course entirely outside her field, astronomy, a subject she had only wondered about in childhood. The first night, she felt awkward, unsure, and hesitant. Yet the questions she asked, the books she read, and the discussions she had illuminated corners of her mind she had forgotten existed. Maya discovered that curiosity was a form of courage. The courage to admit you don't know everything. The courage to explore without guarantees. The courage to grow. Curiosity, like a garden, requires attention and care. Ignored, it becomes overrun by doubt, routine, and fear. Nurtured, it flourishes, creating ideas, opportunities, and inner richness. Small acts, asking a question, reading a book, observing nature, trying a new skill, cultivate this garden. Over time, what was once a barren field blooms into a sanctuary of creativity, wisdom, and joy. There is a quote by Albert Einstein that perfectly captures this truth. "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." Curiosity is the fuel that drives learning, invention, and personal transformation. It is not limited to childhood. It is a lifelong companion that keeps the mind alive and the spirit vibrant. Arya spent days wandering through the garden, each turn revealing wonders. A pond that reflected not only the sky, but his aspirations, a tree whose roots intertwined with questions he had yet to ask, a path that led to a quiet bench where answers arrived when he listened with patience. He realized that the garden was a reflection of his own mind. The more he nourished curiosity, the more life expanded in richness and depth. Curiosity also transforms fear. When we approach life with wonder rather than hesitation, the unknown becomes an invitation instead of a threat. Every challenge becomes a mystery to solve, every obstacle a puzzle to explore, and every unfamiliar experience an opportunity to grow. The Garden of Curiosity teaches that life rewards those who remain open, inquisitive, and willing to ask questions even when answers are uncertain. Consider Arjun, a man who feared speaking in public. Instead of avoiding it, he approached it with curiosity. What can I learn from this experience? How will it shape me? What can I discover about myself? That small shift, replacing fear with curiosity, transformed his anxiety into excitement, his hesitation into confidence, and eventually, his voice became powerful, inspiring, and authentic. Tonight, as you lie in bed, imagine your own garden of curiosity. What questions have you avoided asking? What dreams have been left unexplored? What skills have been waiting quietly for your attention? Every thought, every question, every exploration nurtures this garden. Your call to action for tomorrow. Choose one thing you've been curious about, but never explored, read, research, or experiment. Ask one question today that challenges your assumptions. Even if the answer is unknown, reflect at night on what your curiosity revealed about yourself, the world, or your possibilities. Picture your inner garden flourishing with each act of curiosity. Flowers of creativity bloom, streams of knowledge flow, and trees of wisdom grow taller with each question you ask. The more attention you give, the more abundant and vibrant your inner life becomes. Breathe deeply. Feel the wonder growing within you. Rest peacefully, knowing that curiosity is not just a pastime, it is a lifeline, a source of joy, and a path to transformation. Please subscribe for daily dose of motivation before sleep. And when you awaken tomorrow, carry this truth. Life is an endless garden. Every question you ask, every wonder you explore, and every curiosity you follow nourishes the soul, illuminates your path, and creates a life filled with discovery, growth, and boundless joy.